Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Whose Online Is It Anyway?, where all the genders are made up and the twigs and berries, they don't matter. I'm your tech director and co-host Toxic Male, and sitting super straight across from me in his first mate's chair on the gay cruise, Terrible Terrence Popp.
What's up, you crazy cacksackets? And we have more crazy stuff to talk about tonight. You guys are going to love it.
Well, wouldn't crazy stuff be an apt secondary name for this stream at this point?
I think you might have a
valid point there. Yeah. It just seems like there's never a shortage of stupid, never a shortage of crazy, and as long as we have a senile old man in the White House, that's going to continue to be the norm.
Listen, no matter what you do, no matter how much you educate or all the precautions that you can ever take, there's always some dumbass turning the crank on the spank box, which is pumping out more idiots every single day than we can handle.
Amen to that.
I mean, I'd like to hey, anybody got a 20 on the guy turning the crank on the spank box? Yeah, could you take him out back and kick his ass? Because he's doing his job. The job he's doing is too good. We have way too many idiots.
He's just screwing us, man.
Yeah, just kick his ass.
Yeah. Please stop fornificating. People out there who have an IQ less than their shoe size, who all vote Democrat, please stop fornificating. Just because you think the government will take care of you, it doesn't make it a good idea.
Well, just see, back in the day, right? For you to successfully pass your genes along, you had to be pretty much a badass for the most part. Nowadays,
you can just be anybody.
You just look at the spot on the ground and some girl will walk up and grab your package one day and you'd be like, okay, this will be fun.
Oh, she different. She loves me.
So, and then we just got all these weak ass genetic codes moving forward into the future that shouldn't be there.
They need to stop.
Yeah, they need to get self-eradicated or something.
Why is it so easy for people to reproduce? Well, I mean, I know we were supposed to, be fruitful, go forth, and multiply, but...
Well, a lot of guys seem to just trip and fall into a vagina a couple hundred times, and then, things happen.
Or if they're Irish, you just bump into them in the room. Those women are so damn fertile, it's scary.
And you throw your shirt on the bed. It could happen. Don't do that.
You go see an Irish comedian, and he sneezes. All the ladies in the front row got to pick up an EPT on the way home.
Or they just show up at the morning after pill.
Yeah, there's always that, too. Yeah. Or grind it up and put it in their eggs, if you know what I mean. Not that I'm suggesting that or anything. I'm just saying.
I'm not saying you should do that course of action, but
I understand.
But I understand.
Because it's a very expensive mistake to make.
Yes, it is.
If you know what I say. Just saying.
Because they don't play.
No, they don't play.
And that child support check is there to stay.
Even if it's paternity odd fray. Shit, man. Some states like Texas or something. I mean, you can, if you find out that the kid isn't yours after it's 2 years old, well, too bad. Kid needs to have somebody pay for it.
That's the way it should be. I'm serious. I mean, they're letting people out of prison based on DNA who are there for rape and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's not your kid, it's not your kid.
Yeah, but they'll still hold you to it down there. It's just ridiculous.
I know, that needs to stop.
It happened to some extended family of mine.
Yeah, that needs to stop.
It's like, oh, you mean 3 of the 5 kids aren't mine? So that means I get to stop paying child support on that, right? Well, how old are they? Oh, the youngest one's 3. Too bad for you. You're on the hook.
I'd probably be like, well, let's throw me in jail because I'm not fucking paying that.
There's a statute of limitations on DNA? What the fuck?
Yeah,
Ancestry.com does better than that.
So basically, these ladies can go get knocked up. All I have to do is trick you for 2 years, and you're on the hook.
Yeah, some of these states, that is exactly how it is.
That needs to stop, man. That's bullshit.
Yeah. Ugh. I don't even know how we got on that road. It's just hilarious.
Had to do what we had to do.
Yeah. Well, the first order of business today. You ever listen to the Foo Fighters back when they were big?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
they're
back in the day. Well, apparently they just, they're just like every other media, icon now, I guess you could say, musical artists.
Sell out, you mean?
Sellout.
Sellout, yeah.
Full woke, go broke.
The sellouts?
Foo Fighters play jab-required arena show in New York. And I'm sure that means that everything afterwards worked out beautifully, right?
I guess.
Right? Right?
Yeah.
Ha ha!
Nice.
So they banked everything on the jab, and it turns out
You still could wind up on the slab.
they had to postpone the show because they got the coof anyway.
Yep.
Well, I can't say that we didn't tell you so. Just saying.
Well, no, actually, there's actually a lot of people are. I'm not seeing a lot of people. I'm seeing some data coming forward that people who get vaccinated can still get infected.
Oh yeah, that's unquestionable.
Okay.
It has been happening.
Cool.
But I mean, it's an experiment. So, what else did you expect?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to get too deep in the woods here.
No, we're not going to talk about it in depth. But I'm just saying,
because we can always go to the alt channel at the end and we can hammer on it.
that is the idea. Yeah, you guys seem to really like that when we went to to New Tech, when we started to get to the verboten stuff on Tuesday. So we're going to try to keep that up for you.
And the gloves came off.
Yeah, they did. Apparently, people like uncensored me. Yeah, because I'm so busy trying to talk around. I'm trying to talk myself into a pretzel on this damn site. Like,
What are you gonna do?
it's mental gymnastics of the highest order.
That's the way it goes.
The Pink Ranger couldn't twist herself into the kind of pretzels that my vernacular has to just to stay on YouTube.
I don't know. She probably could.
I mean, I'd like to help her try. Well, back in the day, I'm probably not anymore.
Nah.
She's probably like your age. And you don't deal with women your age, so.
No, I don't.
Nah. They just drive you nuts, or.
All right. Let's get real here. All right. So, say I run into a woman, close to my age within 5 years.
Okay.
Plus or minus 5 years. Why am I going to invite that kind of skunked out frustration into my life? Why would I willingly do that for a piece of, leathered up, just emaciated, pickle plug? I mean, why? They're not having my kids.
Pickle plug.
I'm serious. I'm not kidding. I mean,
I know you're not kidding, but it's just
literally,
the term pickle plug is just hilarious.
I just can't get into it. I can't. Like, some of these women, they just talk to me, and I'm like, "Thank you,
Thank you, but no,
thank you.
thank you.
Nice meeting you.
I'm done here.
I am going to leave. Thank you."
Yeah, all done now.
Or there, a couple of these ladies I had known from years back, and they wouldn't give me the time of day. So I went on and I did other great things, and now here we are. Hey, how you doing?
Hey.
I'm like, yeah,
Sling back.
It's not technically a sling back if you were never with them.
True enough.
So it's more like they're trying to want me to retread them and take them for a test drive, which is not happening.
It's like they go back to the well or something. It's like, well, I've
I don't
banged
know.
everybody in this area code. Maybe I'll go back and see all those guys I used to ignore in high school.
I don't know. I've probably had in the past 15 years, maybe 4 or 5 women show up that I knew way back in the day.
Yeah.
I never dated them or anything like that, but, oh, how you doing?
Hey.
Let's catch up. I'm like, yeah, if I want to catch up, I'll put it on my burger. I'll see you later.
Yeah,
See you later.
It's not a great pun, but it's a good one. I'll
What are
take
you
it.
going to do?
Yeah, what are you going to do? Yeah, it's exactly what I thought when I saw this today.
Here we go.
Saki $5, or Circleback Saki, admits that the Biden admin is censoring Americans. We are flagging problematic posts for Facebook that spread disinformation.
Who gets to decide this?
Exactly.
What exactly is disinformation, and who actually gets to decide who and what that is?
Apparently, only people with a D after their name.
Apparently.
Yeah, that just seems to be the way that it goes. It's hilarious, and it just. I mean, it's not like this is news. We know that the big tech and the government are circle jerking each other and spraying it all over each other's faces like a bunch of greedy glory hole attendants.
Well, how many people got like kicked off Twitter and then all of a sudden they get kicked off Facebook and they get kicked
Oh, yeah, exactly. Oh, but it's never coordinated. Yeah. It was just a coincidence that Alex Jones got banned off of every mainline platform over a span of 36 hours.
Yeah.
Totally a
They
coincidence.
got rid of Trump.
Not like he's been proven 100% right about even the craziest shit that he's been saying or anything.
I mean, granted, he could say it better.
Exactly.
But you know what? I didn't vote for him to be a public speaker. I voted for him to, like, fix the fucking economy.
Mm-hmm.
And he was doing well at it before they did what they did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ice cream.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like ice cream. Just
waffle cones.
this particular ice cream social was very hostile.
Yeah, those waffle cones are the best when they bring them in hot in the back door at the end of the day.
Yeah. I mean, I think they were the wrong stock of waffle.
I don't know, maybe.
And they weren't the kind that we grew up with, we should say.
Well, we're going to probably have to talk about this in the future on it.
Yeah, on a new tech platform, yeah.
Can't go into it here.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Is that how she spells her name? P-Saki?
P-Saki, yeah.
That's like...
P-sleeve.
It's kind of like P-sleeve. I was going to say that.
We've increased disinformation research and tracking within the Surgeon General's office. We're flagging problematic posts for Facebook that spread disinformation.
And, of course, this is a clear violation of the First Amendment, but we're living in a lawless banana republic. So let's just hear exactly what she said.
This is a big issue of misinformation, specifically on the pandemic. In terms of actions, Alex, that we have taken, or we're working to take, I should say, from the federal government, we've increased disinformation research and tracking within the Surgeon General's office. We're flagging problematic posts for Facebook that spread disinformation. We're working with doctors and medical professionals to connect to connected medical experts with popular...
Yeah, that person in the background that's coughing is choking on the bullshit.
Who are popular with their audiences with...
Hang on, pause it.
Yeah.
So the government is spending taxpayer dollars to review Facebook for them.
Yeah, the government is spending your money to censor you.
Or time and money.
Yes.
Yeah. That's a bunch of horse shit right there.
Wow.
with
accurate information and boost trusted content. So we're helping get trusted
trusted content, meaning content that you control. Basically MSNBC, CNN, all these people who just jack each other off, they're essentially state-controlled media now. Welcome to China 2.0.
That's exactly what's going. That's what's happening.
Yep.
Just so we're all on the same sheet of music here.
Yep. But it's bad when it happens in another country, right? We can still virtue signal about that even if we have a D after our name?
I think we can.
I think so. I mean, even if you are super straight, Brian Stelter.
Restricting internet access has become a tried and true method of stifling dissent by authoritarian regimes around the world, alongside government-supported disinformation campaigns and propaganda.
Somebody's gonna make a fucking gif out of this, I swear to God.
Well, that's pretty much what they're doing.
Yeah, that's Brian Stelter right there.
I mean, we've been swimming in propaganda since 2012.
Yep. But go back in time, not even that long ago, and this same potato head sack of garbage. CNN clown Stelter argues censorship is okay when the left does it. Reducing information pollution. Wow, reducing a liar's reach is not the same as censoring freedom of speech. Freedom of speech is different than freedom of reach.
And the polluters are trying to deflect blame. Dishonest cries of censorship are filling Fox's airwaves with charges.
Dishonest cries of censorship? Really?
Really.
Really?
Here we go.
It's not like we don't have thousands of examples.
That these guys right here are being suppressed. The word censorship's been invoked almost 400 times on Fox this month alone, and more than 300 times on Newsmax. You know, post-insurrection, a book publisher decided that it doesn't...
And, no insurrection happened unless you're talking about Seattle.
Yeah. I mean, that wasn't an insurrection.
not want to be in business with Senator Josh Hawley. So he's been on a national TV tour claiming he's muzzled. And Tucker Carlson is telling viewers that this network, CNN, is trying to force Fox News off the air.
We know that for a fact to be true because the emails leaked and the Project Veritas videos.
And you know what? Everyone wants Fox News off the air because everyone else ratings is shit because all they do is lie.
And Fox News, for the most part, lies.
Yeah, they're not blameless in all this.
No,
they
hell
just
no.
lie less.
That they have to have the controlled opposition in order to keep the bipartisan bullshit going.
I guess.
Which is patently false.
No, it's not. But your sexual orientation is.
It's as predictable as the sunrise.
So
Democrats
straight.
win elections, and then Republicans say they are being silenced.
Yeah, Democrats didn't really win elections.
Easy now.
No, I'm not talking about that.
Oh.
I'm talking about, you look at every local and state election, Democrats lost ground everywhere but the presidency.
That's kind of odd.
It is kind of weird. Some might call it suspicious.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But while some cry cancel culture, let me suggest a different way to think about this.
Oh, boy.
A
There we go.
harm reduction model.
A harm reduction model.
I love how they like rephrase stuff to make it sound helpless and
Yeah.
harmless, but it's not.
I think 50 Shades of Gay people call that a safe word.
Yeah.
Most people want clean air and blue skies, and accurate news and rational views.
And a cock in your mouth.
And then in that healthy environment that looks beautiful, then we can have great fights about taxes and regulation and healthcare and all the rest. The vast majority of people can agree that disinformation about, let's say, the pandemic is unhealthy. It's harmful. So how can that harm be reduced?
I know. When is the CDC going to shut their fucking mouth?
Well, big tech platforms say they are removing lies about vaccines and stamping out Stop the Steal BS and QAnon cult content. Now, do these private companies have too much power? Sure.
They're calling QAnon a cult? Have you actually seen some of the shit that's been going on at the George Floyd the location where he died? Wow. Whew. They're claiming miracles happen there and shit. It's rather hilarious.
Many people would say yes, of course they do. But reducing a liar's reach is not the same as censoring freedom of speech.
Zuckerberg pledged to depoliticize Facebook by completely politicizing it?
By, banning certain people forever.
It's like banning virginity by fucking.
Yeah.
Freedom of speech is different than freedom of reach. And algorithmic reach is part of the problem.
Yeah.
Now, Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg
Yeah, reach is something that Brian Stelter doesn't have. He has lost over 70% of his ratings since January.
Yeah, they're hopefully that they'll take him off the air soon.
More people probably watch this show than watch Brian Stelter.
Well, the people who do watch his show are hardcore brainwashed lackeys.
Yeah.
So
Or maybe they just need something on while they fall asleep.
maybe.
Yeah.
I just listen to scary stories. But
Yeah,
that's
I
just
know.
me.
As long as the narrator has like a sexy voice, right?
Doesn't really matter.
I'm just asking.
seems to agree. Here's the headline from Politico. He's pledging to depoliticize Facebook. Zuckerberg says one of the
Right.
top pieces of feedback that we're hearing from our community is that people don't want politics and fighting to take over their experience on our services.
Right.
Well, he's several years too late, but that is a real issue.
Okay, that I will actually
All right.
agree with, that he's several years too late.
Well, the thing is the big tech is starting to see the writing on the wall.
Yeah.
That the shit they're doing is going to come to an end. And Zuckerberg wants to land somewhere in between where he's like, I just wanted to do this and we can still be friends and use my service. People need to get the hell off of Facebook, Twitter, and all
Yeah.
the other big tech sites faster than you could shake a stick at them.
Fuck them.
That's right.
Starve them of their audience. And as soon as you do that,
They're gone.
shit starts to change because the money goes away. Corporate money is only as good as the audience that provides it. So just
Just
saying.
look at Hollywood. It's just getting creamed,
Yep.
time and time again, with all these woke so-called blockbusters that just shit the bed.
Every single time.
And then like they wipe their ass to the sheets on the way out to the car.
Yep.
Wow.
F them. But don't forget, Brian Stelter, the internet is forever. You can tweet this now, and you might get some likes and retweets from it. But we remember what's going on.
Yep.
Rat bastard. I'm sorry. Does anybody actually buy that he's straight? I'm just asking for a friend. Show of hands. There's like two guys in the back. No, that's not what I asked. That's what I thought. They thought I was going to part with my beer, foolish mortals.
That ain't happening.
Holy shit. Well, thank you for admitting what we already knew, Jen Psaki. Just it's nice. It's almost refreshing in a way, even though they completely talk circles around the real point, which is that it is censorship and the federal government is using big tech to directly violate private citizens' First Amendment rights.
Yep.
But hey, 6 of 1.
The big government is just going to big tech and saying, hey, can you do a reach around for us and hammer these people? Oh, yeah, sure. Oh, yeah. We're a private company, but we'll do it for you.
Oh, yeah, we're totally private.
Yeah.
Totally.
I gotcha.
Yeah, they're so private they accept government subsidies and platform government services. And
Yeah. They're using
So
basically
private.
the whole interwebs, which was created by taxpayer dollars.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Jail.
So how many viewers do we have now?
We are up to 387. Thank you all for joining us on the backup channel. It looks like we lost some of the super chats in the thing, though, which I always hate. I hate when that happens. Let me see if I can back up and actually see them all because I don't want them to disappear up on the list. So we'll jump on a couple of these before we move on to the first section just to make sure we don't lose anybody because we got a first donation right out the box. Ohio Trucker 1 with a $50 donation. Thank you so much. Pop, add another life saved to the list.
373.
373. You've saved my mechanic/hunting buddy from eating a bullet. The whiskey is on me.
All right.
That is fantastic. Godspeed to both of you guys.
Oh, no.
I sell cat litter.
Donated $10. I like that screen name. I had the best date in over 2 years. I went to my big box store and they actually had some 9mm ammo for an almost reasonable price. I bought what they would sell me.
It's starting to come down in price.
Oh, fingers crossed. It might be one of the only things that's coming down in price because, stagflation
For now.
under Biden is going to be a very real thing for a long time to come.
Yep.
We just cracked 400 people. Keep spamming out the share link, dudes, because I didn't get a notification for this, and I'm the one who makes these fucking channels. So if I didn't get a notification, I know most of you guys
Some
probably.
crazy shit going on.
Ugh. Aaron Williams with a $20 donation. I just watched a video that came from Spain. An independent lab test. The jab was found to have graphite. Ooh. And it reacts to microwaves using 5G. Agenda 21, just saying.
Yeah, I don't know about all that. I know they put a lot of crazy chemicals in vaccines.
Oh, yeah.
Why?
But they don't put mercury in it anymore. Well, they have a new name for it, which just means mercury plus additives.
Yeah. I'm just, listen. I mean, how many vaccines does a kid need now? Like 100 and something?
No, it's not quite that.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. Yeah.
Like when I had to go to school, I think I needed four shots.
Yeah.
And one of them was tetanus.
I want to say by the time I entered junior high, I had like a dozen. Because you got to get your tetanus every 4 years and measles, mumps, rubella, yada, yada.
And that's all combined into one, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The MMR shot, they call it.
Yep.
Jeffrey Paul, the man who wrote the awesome jam that you guys rock out to before the stream. Fuck you, Foo Fighters. So that's how you skirt the algorithm right there. Well done, sir. Oman. South Africa is giving us prime examples of every prepper scenario and situation and need for food, water, and self-defense that we have talked about for
Years.
Yes.
Absolutely correct.
Yep. Get yourself a ham radio if you don't have one. Learn how to grow some food.
Put together a group of people
Yep.
that you can call on. There's strength in numbers.
Yep. Back in the Great Depression, we called that homesteading. And if things keep going the way they're going, it's going to become very popular again. And you know what? Maybe the nuclear family will actually make a comeback. Who knows?
We'll see. We'll see.
Well, that is one thing that I have noticed since all of the doc clowns, even though they've been lifted in most states at this point, a lot of moms are starting to realize, hey, you know what? This stay-at-home wife thing actually isn't too bad. Feminism lied to me, and I can educate my kid at home with the internet.
That's right.
Wow. That's right. You can educate your kid K through 12 for the cost of $1.50 in late fees at the public library.
Yeah, if I was going to homeschool, I would do a lot of it myself, but there's some things that I would bring a professional in for,
I would agree with that.
like algebra, geometry, the
Oh,
higher
yeah,
level
yeah.
stuff, and I might bring one in for higher level English skills because I'm
Dyslexia.
I'm a dyslexic cave painting fool.
Dyslexic cave painting.
I am. I'm not going to beat around the bush.
Yeah, somebody needs to draw a comic of Popp in a cave with the bottle of whiskey in one hand, and he's got a piece of cave chalk, and you just draw penises up on the cave walls.
Like when I went to OCC, right? I got off active duty. I walk in there, and I sit down, and they're like, well, I'm like,
Rawr.
they're like, I'm like, do you need my transcripts or anything from high school? Or they're like, no.
No.
Did you graduate? I'm like, yeah. Okay.
All right.
I just need to see a copy of the diploma. I took an entrance exam to find out where exactly I was on rock counting and cave painting, and where I needed to start off, and I started from there. And nobody gave two shits. All of that pressure you get when you're like in high school, but you gotta go to college. Dude, the pressure was just turned up to 18. And
Go to a
it's
trade
so
school.
unnecessary.
Go to a trade school, man. You're out in like a year and a half, 2 years. Most of the time, you're already in a paid apprenticeship, and you have virtually no debt.
Correct. Or you go in the military,
Yeah.
like I did.
Well, not anymore.
No.
I'm not sure if you want to get involved in that woke cesspool.
Well, like if you have to go in because you need college, just do one enlistment, 4 years, 3 years, whatever it takes to get the GI Bill and get the F out.
Amen to that. Carl Jackson, march against the Facebook headquarters, BID.
Yep.
Heck yeah, why not? Oh, here we go. Reaper01 with a $10 donation. Wango Tango, Part 10, Chapter 1. Oh, shit.
Jesus Christ.
Chapter 1. Woo! 10th grade, new school district. I got into 3 fights in my first 2 weeks, but the dean tore up the write-ups with a smirk on her face. I thought to myself, here we go again. Oh, I can't wait to see what happens next.
Here we go again.
Hugh Janus, $4.99 donation. Nah, my employer, Facebook, made a post telling he wants to get away from politics by controlling the narrative. Facebook will become a publisher and mainstream media. They basically already are. Final fight! Aha! Hey, my dude, still working on that movie project. Blake, did you ever read my email? I gotta double check it. Pop forwards me so much shit every day. You have no idea.
I did get a script from a guy. I kind of skimmed through it.
Oh, okay. I don't know if you forwarded that one to me then. Anyone else hear about the guy at CPAC discussing Orange Man's return?
I'm going to be honest. My ESP is telling me that Trump is going to die before he runs again.
No.
Either by hook or by crook,
They'll figure out a way.
They're going to
yeah.
make sure he's doing the horizontal meat suit dance in the dirt.
Yep. And to ask you your question, Polska Bob, no, we have not done Streamlabs yet. The reason why I started with the YouTube Super Chats is because they were disappearing and they weren't showing up in the viewer activity. I wanted to make sure
We got them.
that we got to all those. So we're going to move on to our next batch of shite. And in order to do that, we got to introduce you gentlemen to your daily lump of vomit.
Here we go.
Is that your favorite thing I've ever done for this show?
Actually, the box wine and cats. If you could get me on there,
Box wine and cat. Oh, that's
you
gonna
got a
happen.
green ski. Yeah, that'll be just flawless.
It's gonna happen.
That was awesome.
No problem there, good sir. All right. So before today, did you know that Come Swallow a Heels Up, Pull My Harris had a stepdaughter?
No, I did not.
I didn't either.
I don't care.
I don't care either. But I do find this really hilarious, just specifically because of what's going on with another stunningly evil politician's actual biological brethren that's been going on. So let's check it out. If you guys don't know this, get ready to feast your eyes. Ella Emhoff, stepdaughter of Come Swallow a Heels Up, Pull My Harris, is now a high fashion model. She's 22 years old. Her father, I guess his name is Douglas Emhoff, married to Vice President Come Swallow a Heels Up, Pull My Harris, posed for Balenciaga this week, as revealed in a series of shots posted to the brand's Instagram. Okay. Anyone who was surprised by this, because I was. I had no idea that she had a stepdaughter.
Well, first of all, I did not know she had a stepdaughter, and second of all, I don't care.
I don't care either, but it is interesting. Especially when you consider the fact we know what supermodels are supposed to look like, yes?
I mean, in today's day and age, you really don't know anymore.
True enough, but we know what supermodels are supposed to look like, yes? Not the Victoria's Secret New Angels angle,
No.
but I'm saying we know what they're supposed to look like.
Yeah, yeah.
They don't look like this.
That looks like a female Harry Potter, to be honest.
You know who she really looks like? Anybody out there remember what the chick who accused Bill Cosby looks like? This is her. Harris's stepdaughter, Bill Cosby's accuser.
In 20 years.
There you go.
There she is now.
And
There she
here
is in 20 some odd years.
And here are some of her modeling photos.
I mean, she's like a 6 at best.
I would give her like a 3.5, 4.
Oh, no, I'm not going to go that low.
Oh, I would.
I mean, you got to be like really.
She's
effed
got the
up.
unibrow, and on top of that, she's got the hairy pits, and
Okay.
oh,
I
good.
gotcha, but still, overall.
And what's with the Care Bear bib?
I don't know. Overall, the whole thing is like a solid 6. That's it.
Ugh, man, you're being too kind.
I mean, you really got to work hard to get like below a 5.
Not really. I think
I'm
it's
sorry.
actually, I think the whole idea of dropping below a 5 is that you refuse to work hard at anything, like putting down calories, going to the gym.
I know, but she's 22. She's going to probably cap out around 25.
If that.
And then she's going to lose 1 point every 7 years after that. So by the time she's 39, she's looking at a solid 4.
I'm pretty sure she's already bottoming out. That's just my opinion.
Okay. Well, all right.
We could agree to disagree.
I'm totally cool agreeing to disagreeing. I'm just
Neither
saying.
one of us are going to bang that chick, so I'm just saying.
No.
I mean, shit. Just being around Kamala Harris means that she needs to go and get an STD test every time that woman breathes on her.
I would have to agree with that.
Yeah. Oh, come here, give your stepmom a hug. Oh,
I'm
fuck.
going to catch me a syphili.
Last time it was chlamydia. Saunter off. Go picks the middle hairs of her unibrow.
Yeah. Well, at least the White House is like some of the best doctors, so get shot real quick in the ass.
Yeah,
Good.
she won't die of the hipple-hiv. Doesn't mean she don't have it. I'm just saying.
I don't know.
But one thing I also noticed, I'm going to go back to these images here, is that you ever notice that a lot of these anti-white Democrats can't seem to say no to the white cock?
You said it, I didn't.
I'm just saying that there's Kamala Harris and one of the most astonishingly anti-white politicians out there, of course, Ilhan Omar. Once she was done banging her brother, decided to cheat on him with this guy and is now married to him. Of course, she may or may not have funneled $2.8 million into his law firm as a slush fund from her campaign.
Mm-hmm.
Rumor control. And then, of course, the biggest queen white hater of them all, but can't seem to keep it out of her mouth, Donna Lamone at CNN.
Oh, my God.
I'm sorry, I had to do that. I had to.
That's making my stomach hurt.
Drink more cold brew. You'll be fine.
Ah!
Sorry, man. Sorry. I had to do
Why you
it.
got to do that, bro? Why?
It's what I do.
I know.
It could be worse. I could be just like a raging turbo. Well, I kind of am, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Could be a lot worse.
We're going to go over the next one.
Yeah. Well, I was just when you see someone who is bona fide fugly, at least in my opinion, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people in the chat who agree,
Okay.
who is suddenly a high fashion model. And we know that comes with, perks and benefits and money.
Well, all right, I'm going to be honest. I have known probably 24 models in my lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. A couple of them were not like super high on the pyramid, but they're in the top third.
Yeah.
And when they didn't go through the bump and grind shop in the morning, they were okay.
Yeah.
They weren't like 9s or 10s or anything. Or maybe a 7, 8.
Well, that actually kind of brings up a solid point about Ella, I think is her name, Ella Emhoff, is that those pictures that we saw were her after the bump and grind shop.
Okay. I'm just saying.
I mean, maybe not the one in the kitchen with the hairy pits and the Care Bear bib, but I'm just saying.
I think I'll give that one a pass.
Oh, I don't know. I could smell the quim coming out of her
Ladies,
armpits.
shave your pits, man.
Ugh.
Shave them.
Ah.
I can't deal with a woman with hairy pits, man. I just can't do it.
But,
Not doing it.
when we have
No.
something like Hunter Biden going on,
Yeah.
I mean, we've all heard about this, correct?
Here we go. We're going through the art sales.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw some of those pictures, man. That's just stupid. But you got to think
Well-
of it like, first of all, what actually is art? It's some dude puts some paint on something or makes something with some kind of medium, sculpt, whatever.
Yeah.
It's virtually worthless, but something gives it some crazy amount of value.
Wasn't there a dude who sold nothing for an amount? It's like he phrased it like it was just like this empty air thing, and there was literally nothing there, and somebody actually bought it.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. But the thing is,
Whose mom was he massaging?
the value of it is very subjective.
Yeah.
So if he's, huffing a bunch of bullshit, making a bunch of money, that's perfect. To me, it seems like a perfect money laundering scheme.
That's exactly it, too. I guarantee you that's exactly what it is. And that's why something just tripped my radar when I saw someone that looking, just average below average suddenly. I mean, name alone is not worth that much when you're trying to sell something to the upper echelons. When you're trying to sell beauty, youth, fertility, clothes, whatever the hell it may be.
An idea.
Yeah, it just doesn't jive.
Or a favor.
A favor, yeah. Have you guys actually seen some of Hunter Biden's paintings? Do you want to?
Yeah. All right. Jesus Christ. That looks like shit you buy at IKEA.
I swear, the one on the right there, it literally looks like he put some watercolors over his asshole and just blew ass.
Wow, you're being a little too nice there.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen mass-produced junk, in plastic cling wrap at, Meijer.
And how much is he
Looks
selling
better
these
than
for?
this. $500,000 a piece.
Yeah.
Up to $500,000 a piece. Just recently, a Picasso sold for $150,000.
Yeah. Those don't have any favors attached to them at all. No.
Oh, no, definitely not. And, of course, everybody's calling it out. Rudy Giuliani, Hunter's paintings can be bought anonymously for up to $500,000 and up. This can only happen in a country where most of the media is corrupt. I will not be silent. Amen to that.
Amen.
Ugh. I just don't get it, man.
Exactly what's happening.
And if you actually try to call them out for this stuff, like, oh, you're just being a conspiracy theorist. What are you talking about? He's just an art. He's trying to make himself better after his addiction and to Parmesan cheese.
Let's go back to the feminist arguing style. Who hurt you?
Who hurt you? Yeah. You have a small penis. You couldn't please a woman anyway.
Let's go down the list. Just go down the list. Come on.
Jail.
Yeah, I mean, this is just blatant bribery.
Oh, without
money
a doubt.
laundering. Get the hell out of here.
Without a doubt.
Come on.
Gah.
What's the next one?
We can take a little break, I think, because we're going to be going into hiding with Biden next. It's a good segue, but we can read a few more super chats here if you're interested.
Yep, let's do it.
I want to hear Wango Tango chapter, part 10, chapter 2. And it's not in there yet. Damn it. Troy the Man. Love the shirt, Pop.
Allegedly?
Allegedly.
Don't want to get sued, man.
You never want to get sued. Final fight! Hey, did the Biden usurpers just admit to collusion with big tech? Yes, they did. Talk about a failure to contact legal about liabilities. Well, the problem is that even if you had the means to sue the federal government, they've got unlimited resources to fight it, meaning your money.
Yeah, well, you could do it, but it's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Very tough.
And one of the main reasons it's so tough is they do a bunch of postponements. Like,
Yeah.
oh, we're not ready. We want 2 more months. And they'll do that 4 or 5 times in a row. And every time you show up with your people, you got to pay them. It's such a fucking scam.
Pisses me off. Oh, I did it to myself. Jeffrey Paul has already made the GIF, and it's in my Facebook messages. You mother fornicator. You talented mother fornicator.
Nice.
Shaolin Wright with a $5 donation. No lie, Pop. I thought you and Blake were just 2 white guys angry about the death of the KK views in America, but I listened and changed. Thanks, dudes.
All right. I mean, I tell the
Since
truth.
when have we ever given a flying fornication about the KKK?
Now, well, the thing is like if you some of the forums where they badmouth me, they say,
Oh, of course, yeah.
like,
Oh, I'm sure he makes excuses for this stuff. Just say whatever we want.
yeah. I mean, they say all kinds of crazy shit. I personally don't care, but like I said, if it's wrong and ridiculous, it's redonkulous, and we're gonna make fun of it. And
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who you are.
Well, there's a morbidly obese Brimolo out there who wouldn't know what to do with herself if it wasn't for you. I'm sure the dishwasher-safe men only account for about 4 hours of her day.
Ah, jeez.
Because nothing else is going to go near that blathering pie hole, I swear. Not unless she forces it in there with a dollop of whipped cream.
Just stop.
Or, beckons for it with peanut butter.
Oh, messed up.
I'm a dick, man.
Ah.
I'm a dick by choice. What do we got here? Polska Bob with a $25 donation over on Streamlabs. Gentlemen, beer monies. I enjoyed the live stream yesterday morning, even though I was working. We won't tell. Was lucky even to be out on delivery. I was wrenching at red lights. Hamster says I work too much. Hey, we missed the hamster, man. We haven't seen him on in a while. We'll have to
Yeah.
make sure that he comes back on the show again. He's a good dude.
I like that dude.
Crusader Nate, why are women like KFC? After you've finished with the thigh and the breasts, all you have left is a greasy box to put your bone in. I like it. Sogo, 2 donations, 223 back to back. What is the difference between a Joe Biden speech and a Donald Trump speech?
People show up to the Donald Trump speeches.
Touche. When Biden is speaking, you wonder if he's had a stroke. When Trump is speaking, you wonder if you've had a stroke.
Okay.
That's pretty funny. God told Joe Biden, be fruitful and multiply. So Joe said, okay, my banana says 2 times 2 equals 5.
Oh, my God.
At least I think that's right. Jill? She might have gone to the... Hunter?
Chief McLeod. It's Bad News Bears. Shark Dentures. Hey, Pop and Blake, you might be on to something with the half PG-13, half triple extreme format. I think we are too.
think so.
I enjoyed it. Keep it up. Also, can you send the link of that graph image showing the huge spike of Woody Woodpecker dying from poking a poison tree? I can't find it. Absolutely. Or actually, if you go to redonkulous.com for the last stream, you'll find all the sources in there. And it's really easy to pick out. It's right there at the bottom. So
everything's been
check it on out. But I will try to find it during the stream tonight and send it in the chat if possible, as long as that doesn't get us banned.
Banned!
We're getting the band back together. Son of a bitch.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Come on, man. Dynaside 13, cheers to my cousin. He graduates top of his class from basic infantry training, and he is now going on to air assault. His older brother will be joining the Marines as an officer in 2 years. Narf!
All right.
Congrats to him.
Air assault. Never went to air assault. I did all kinds of air assault shit. I never went to Campbell to go to school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sogo with a 762 donation. The July 14th show on the BitChute channel called The David Knight Show has an interview with Simon Roach of the Sodelanders organization in South Africa. They do a real-time analysis of what is happening there. Watch the whole 2-hour show. It is powerful. So if you don't have a membership on that site yet, it's free. You should already be there. We are, and I think we just hit 18 or 19,000 subs.
On BitChute?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're pretty close.
Winning. Riggs Jr. Hey, Blake, can we get a wah wah give me money as a ringtone? I'm sure I could work on that. I've got some can't understand normal thinkers that I can apply that to.
Unfortunately, there's a lot of women that do that shit.
Yeah. You could do that one too, for your main squeeze, if you still have one. You need a spare pea sleeve around every now and then just to take care of your randiness.
Yeah.
Macho man Randy savageness.
Yeah, there you go.
Jimmy Bones, come swallow a heels up, hold my hair. His stepdaughter looks like a female version of Adam Sandler's character in The Wedding Singer.
I know.
Oh, shit. That is funny as hell. He says, I need a shot to erase that mental image.
Isn't that crazy?
Wow. And now I'm imagining her stepdaughter making out with Drew Barrymore, and I may never get a hard-on again. As long as she doesn't sing the song.
Oh, my Lord.
Oh, maybe she could sing the Somebody Kill Me, Please. That'd be fine. Dynaside 13. California passed a law that lets judges rule that sodomizing kids is not a sex crime. Yeah, I heard about that, and I blocked it out. Did you hear about this?
That is their agenda.
Yep.
I mean, that's what they want to do.
All because making it a sex crime was inequitable to the labia gargling, ball torquing queers community. I'm not religious, but some Old Testament shit has been happening. Build an ark.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Or you just bring back some of the old biblical punishments, and that shit'll go away.
Yeah. Who wants to bring back crucifixion? Show of hands? Just me? Yeah, whatever.
Well, I mean, they didn't have a lot of patience and mercy for people who did shit like that back in the day.
Yeah. Well, some things don't require patience and mercy.
I'm just saying.
Some require your absolute condemnation, and trying to wrap them up in a politically correct guise of inclusivity only makes you look like a freaking a-hole. Just saying.
Especially when it comes to harming innocent children, I have no mercy for people that do shit.
Yeah, and make no mistake, Democrats who are trying to push the voting age younger and younger, trying to argue for surgeries that children don't need and things like that because 99% of the time they sort it out. Like it's 80 to 90% of the time they sort it out
works
themselves
itself out.
and get over it. Yeah, all of this is connected.
Yeah.
Because all of their friends bang kids.
Yeah, and that 80 to 90% of the time when the kid, the gender dysphoria works itself out, is like the kid gets to a certain point and he's just like, I got a cock and balls.
Yeah.
I saw it. I got a cock and balls.
I was kind of confused there for a second, but then all of a sudden, Romy ran over here with the, hey, how you doing? Yeah, I'm straight.
I'm good now.
I'm good now.
Good now.
I was watching Space Ghost and I was confused, but then I saw titties and now I don't really care so much about Space Ghost no more. My life
You're
is
on
over.
track.
My life is over.
Your life is fucked now.
For the next 10 years, my life is fornicated.
Thank you.
Damn it. Damn it, Ellen going to get up her assignment with those luscious 34 Ds. Yeah. She aged off a cliff, though. That's always the worst. Like when the first chick who you're like, yeah, you check her out a few years later and it's like,
I've known quite a few women that aged in banana years. Yeah.
Aged in dog years, aged like banana pudding. You pick.
Well, but you make fresh banana pudding, you put it in the fridge.
Yeah.
You take it out of the fridge. By the time you walk to the dining room table to open the bowl, it's already brown.
True story.
Ages like banana pudding.
Don't take long, man.
Nope.
Sometimes all it takes is sleeping it off, as in the makeup.
Yep. Man, some of those makeup jobs these women do,
Oh, I know.
it's like, that is some wizardry, bro.
It is, man. Hogwarts couldn't teach that level of magic.
I was watching one of Donovan Sharp's live streams a few weeks ago. He called it catfishing.
Yep.
I actually called into his show.
That's basically it, right?
And
there.
I told him the one tit wonder story. Because, people need to hear these things.
Yeah, that's up there with the Pringles can full of shit.
That was a good one.
As far as pure comedy gold.
That was a good one.
I liked it. Shark Dentures, fat, ugly, green witch chases Bugs Bunny. He throws a magic vial and poof, she turns into a sexy she-bunny. They flirt, and as they walk off, she cackles. Bugs breaks the fourth wall and says, I know, but aren't they all witches inside? MGTOW humor.
Well, I would say kind of yes.
What's up, cock? I had to. Sorry.
Nice.
It is what it is. With that being said, I think it's time to head back into the cesspool of oblivion.
We're doing pictures of husbands.
Yeah, make sure that you all count to 10 and pick your favorite spot in the dark because it's time to hide with Biden.
Come on, man. Give me a little break here.
What are you looking at over there?
I'm looking at...
Is there titties on the screen?
No, I'm looking at the hiding with Biden.
This just came in this morning from the Louder with Crowder newsletter. Oh, my goodness. Biden administration calls on the United Nations, always the most trustworthy of organizations, to investigate America's racisms.
First of all, the United Nations are pathetically inept.
That's being kind.
The UN, the United Nations, are absolute bullshit.
Yeah.
They literally can do almost nothing.
They are crony, corporatist, pole smokers. I almost said the C word.
Well, I mean, if I recall, there was that big genocide that took place in, was it Rwanda?
Mm-hmm.
And then the UN was supposed to come in, and they dragged their feet, and they were like 5 times the amount over budget, and still countless people were murdered.
Yep.
It did absolutely nothing.
And the really funny thing is that if this was actually a legit commission of people who wanted to look into this as a global problem, the United States would come out of it smelling like an absolute rose.
Compared to the Chinese?
Yeah.
They are crazy over there.
Most of the Asian countries are heavily homogenous and very prejudiced.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, and that's the thing is, I'm not even going to cap on it. It's just
that's just the way it is.
It is what it is. Homogenous nations actually tend to prosper. I mean, you can claim up and down all you want. Diversity is our strength. But when you look at the liberal shitholes in this country,
not so much.
It really does not paint the pretty picture.
No, it doesn't.
Joe Biden is going to spend the next 3 years calling America racist. That's the administration's plan. Facts be damned. There's no other way to look at it. He calls voter integrity laws just like the Civil War, even though his party lost the battle of telling people voter ID laws are racist. Because I think it's like over 80% of people are in favor of it. Wah, wah, wah.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, you're going to use one of the most important rights of this country is the ability to participate in its own government.
Yeah.
You should be able to identify who the fuck you are to exercise
Yeah.
that right.
If I have to produce an ID to buy cigarettes, booze, join the military, buy a fucking lottery ticket.
Get an apartment, buy a car, pretty much everything
Yeah.
where a large or a semi-large amount of money needs to exchange hands,
Yeah.
an ID will ask to be produced.
If you want to see real racism, listen to Democrats try to explain why voter ID is racist. Then you're going to hear some fucking racism.
That is some goddamn soft shoot right there. They always try. I love it when they.
Well, black people don't have ID.
Really?
So you can't go get one?
Okay, so black people don't have ID, but we're supposed to feel bad when they're the majority of traffic deaths? So are they all driving without licenses? Just asking for a friend.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
That's a good question.
Once again, you got the left trying to have their cake and eat it too. We got to feel sorry for them because, oh my God, the highest minority killed in the freaking traffic deaths year over year, but they can't have IDs. What? Then why are they driving the car?
No one's telling you can't have an ID. That's just not happening.
No one's telling you can't have an ID, and all you have to do is accidentally stumble into a DMV or a Secretary of State if you're in Michigan. If you don't have one, guess what? They'll take your picture, they'll ask you for your social, and you'll fucking get one.
Pretty much. You get a minimum of a state ID card.
Yeah.
Does that cost anything?
Yeah.
It's like $25 or something.
Yeah, and thanks to our former Kenyan in chief, most everybody now has a cell phone.
Yeah. Though I think those phones are obsolete now.
Balls. Oh, my goodness gracious. His education department wants to teach children how racist America is and has always been, which is bullshit, ignoring all the non-white parents fighting back over it. If Joe Biden wants to fight racism, he should consider looking in the mirror.
Yeah, and he should have started doing that 30 years ago.
Yep. And what does his Secretary of State have to say here? Responsible nations must not shrink from scrutiny of their human rights record. China, sorry, I meant to say stunning and brave. Rather, they should be transparent with the intent to grow and do better. That is why I am announcing a formal invitation for UN Special Rapporteur on contemporary forms of racism to visit the U.S. Are we going to talk about China?
Yeah, they're only putting people in concentration camps and stuff like that.
And isn't this the same body that actually invited Saudi Arabia and China onto a council for women's rights?
I know. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
It's like going to O.J. Simpson for marriage counseling, bro.
Not going to work out too good.
Oh, she cheated? All right, let me tell you what's what.
You know what's coming next.
You got some gloves?
Yeah, because they ain't going to fit.
Yeah, if it don't fit, you got to quit. And now the Duprees.
He got so lucky.
I mean, you couldn't have put more incompetent people in charge of a murder trial.
They did some stupid shit.
It's like, okay, well, who do we got that can prosecute O.J. Simpson? Well, we got like more evidence that we could ever need to fucking convict a human being.
I'm going to be honest.
All right, fine. Let's give it to Linny and Squiggy.
Yeah, if O.J. had done that to one of my kids, he would be dead.
Amen.
He'd be dead. A long time ago.
Long time ago. In a galaxy far, far away. This is my favorite. This is hypocrisy of the highest fucking order. I love this. You read this one, dude. Go for it.
Biden's DHS chief warns Cuban and Haitian migrants not to enter the U.S. If you take to sea, you will not come.
I don't know, have you seen some of these Latin women? I'll come.
Well, I'm just saying, like, all right, they're actually killing people over there.
Yeah.
And you can't come here.
Oh, yeah, you can't do it.
They don't want, well, one, they don't want them here because all the people who are coming from Cuba are going to be like, communism is effed up.
Yep.
Don't let it happen here. This is what happened to us.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want those stories being told on our airwaves
Yeah.
or on the regular.
Yeah. Florida, the swing state, thanks to Bernie Sanders praising Fidel Castro, was so fucking red it was practically bleeding into the Gulf of Mexico in the last election. And it's because of shit like this, and they know it. That's why, stunning and brave brown people who have no reason to come here from Mexico and other Latin American countries and Central America, they're fine because they'll vote Democrat. They want to come here for free shit. But people who actually know what the terrors of communism are like and are going to come here and be in a position to educate people about what's going on, you can't have that.
You can't come here. We don't want you.
No. Have the Coast Guard pick them up in the middle of the hundreds of miles of ocean that they have to fucking cross and then dump them back into their country. Well, they will almost certainly be killed.
How far is Cuba from from Florida?
Oh, you know what? That's a very solid question. Let's look that up.
150 miles or something?
Cuba
Distance,
to
Cuba,
Florida distance, because that's the closest point, right? Florida.
Yeah, I believe so.
90 miles. Okay, so it's not hundreds of miles.
All right.
A straight line flight distance from Cuba to Florida is 449 miles.
Okay.
I don't know if that's just like airports or whatever. How far is Cuba from Florida? 90 miles from Key West, Florida. 90 miles from Key West, Florida. So
That's
I guess that's where you would come ashore.
All right.
But still, that's a much more perilous journey than walking across a line in the sand, jumping a fence.
Well, first of all, let's see. What does the shark have? Yeah, sharks.
Sharks, jellyfish.
Yeah, if you're drifting out there for more than 3 days, I don't know, you'll die from exposure.
Mm-hmm. The U.S. Coast Guard, which might as well be your executioner squad if they're just going to pick you up and take you back.
Pretty much.
I mean, that's murder by proxy. If we're talking about being kind and inclusive and stunning and brave to brown people, isn't taking them home to a communist regime that's probably going to kill them and their families for attempting to defect, isn't that bad?
Well, typically, if you are in threat of being killed by your government or being killed in your return, I believe you're like top of the list for applying for asylum.
Yep. But now we have an administration that clearly doesn't give a shit about that.
Mm-mm.
They just want votes.
They want to maintain power, however they want to. I mean, by hook or by crook, if it's right, wrong, indifferent, they just want. It's absolutely insane.
The hypocrisy is just through the fucking roof.
Hypocrisy. Next one.
But
here we go.
All of these following things,
They're
as
flying.
far as the Biden administration is concerned, totally okay. They are flying illegal aliens to American cities in the middle of the night, dumping them off. In some places, like I believe in Texas, they have actually rented out entire hotels and put anyone who allegedly has children in there and basically told the establishment people who run it, like, whatever, it's all in the government.
Yeah, and you know what? If, like, for instance, if there's a red state run by a Republican governor,
Yep.
when he finds out that shit happens, he should have the state troopers come, take everyone, gather them up, drive their asses back down to Texas, and have them walk across the motherfucking border.
Boom.
See you later.
Ugh.
I mean, that's what Texas should do.
Yeah, absolutely, without a doubt.
I mean, okay, whatever. Roll them up, take them down there. You have two choices. You can stay here and you get your ass kicked, or you can walk across the border and go the fuck home. What's it going to be?
I mean, it sounds like a simple problem with a simple solution. But instead, we're going to reallocate $860 million in EIU funds to house illegal immigrant children.
Correct. But we can't take care of homeless veterans.
No, of course not. Even though they're, a third of the homeless?
There's a lot of them.
It's a lot.
I don't know the exact stats off the top of my head.
Yeah, we can't take care of that. That's too big of a problem. But we can give untold millions and billions to countries to basically keep them at war with each other. Israel, Palestine, Middle East.
I'm not a fan of that. That's just a bunch of horseshit. If I was running the world, all of that payment to other countries would come to a screeching halt.
Amen to that.
I would be done.
What the hell are we
Foreign
giving?
aid gone.
We're like $30 trillion in debt.
I know.
Let me ask you. Let's say you loaned 3,000 dollars to somebody, not even 30 trillion. And then you found out that they were taking that money and giving it out to other people in addition to other money that they claimed they didn't have when they asked you for the 3,000.
Uh-huh.
How fast would you beat their ass on a scale of 1 to 10?
Well, there would definitely be an appointment set for leg breaking.
Where's my money, man? Where's my money?
I'm just telling you.
You ever seen that episode where
yeah.
Brian owes Stewie money? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but that's the kind of that's what causes loan sharks to do shit like that.
I was just saying.
Look, if you owe money, just pay them your goddamn money. They're actually pretty reasonable people as long as you
Pay them.
You pay them and you're straight up with them. I mean,
Yeah. No. Can't look at logic. But
there we go.
we can load them up with welfare, free legal services, and free health care. Can't take care of veterans, but we can do
all this free shit.
Yeah, but Cubans, we can't have Cubans. Yeah, you just stay home.
Yeah, we don't want you here.
People who are actually oppressed.
For what, a half a century? What? No, it's been
Yeah,
longer than that. It's like
more than that
70
now.
years.
Yeah.
70 years. It's like the 60s is when Fidel came into power.
But I mean, we all know that the left has no clue what oppression actually looks like.
I mean, you've heard of the Grenada conflict, right?
Yeah.
All right. Do you understand that down there was like 2 battalions of Cuban soldiers?
Oh yeah, I think
and we
so.
jumped in there and wiped a whole bunch of them out. Did you know that Fidel wouldn't even take those soldiers back to be buried at home? We offered to send them back to him, and he wouldn't take them. What a dick. That's some dick shit right there. You want to talk about signing your name in dick?
Yep.
That's it right there.
I think this also qualifies.
Here we go.
BLM has praised the Cuban regime in light of the protests, and they blame the U.S. for it.
Yeah, how the hell did we have anything to do with that?
Woo!
The people down there are just getting sick of the shit.
Oh, yeah, they're blaming it on the embargo, the trade embargo.
That's been going on since the 60s.
Fuck you. You wouldn't know oppression if it jumped up and bit you in your non-binary a-holes.
Yep.
My gosh. That's just amazing. I mean, they're out there in the street chanting liberty, freedom. BLM condemns the U.S. federal government's inhumane treatment of Cubans and urges it to immediately lift the economic embargo.
No.
We don't. Well, apparently we do deal with communists because, Beijing Biden. But I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the heart of Cuba's current crisis. It's not communism. Of course, we can't possibly point a finger at that.
See, what people don't understand, right?
Oh, wow.
Is communism, socialism, and even capitalism all wind up in the same place if they're not checked.
Yeah.
All right. Even capitalism, you wind up with a small pyramid of guys at the top who run everything. And the way they want it set up is they want everyone getting paid nothing or next to nothing, and they maximum profit.
Well, that's not true capitalism. True capitalism requires competition. What you're discussing is crony capitalism.
Well, that's what happens when you let normal capitalism get out of check.
Yeah.
It turns into
it turns into what we're seeing now.
Yes.
Corporatism.
Yeah. I mean, but the thing is like when you have communism, you pretty much have the same thing going on. You have the elites at the top, then you have all the serfs at the bottom. And all of the idiots that they use to get themselves into power, they wipe them out.
Yep.
The useful idiots.
Oh, man. I can't believe that BLM, the people who claim to be like the scholars of oppression, you think they would actually be able to recognize it when it's actually happening.
You actually see it, yeah. Well, first of all, you and I both know BLM is a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah. Well, they're directly influenced, and in fact, I think one of their founders is an avowed Marxist.
Yes, but the thing is okay, if you follow the stats, we are not like running black people in the street and executing them.
No,
we're not.
No, white people are shot by cops at much higher rates.
Yeah. Now, granted, I mean, the incarceration rates are a lot higher, but that needs to get looked at. And one of the main things that's doing that is,
No father at home.
well, the no father at home, and then the drug laws that were put in place by Biden.
Yeah. But again, that also goes right back to no father at home, because when you don't have a father in the home, you're more likely to be a violent criminal, use drugs, drink alcohol, have suicidal thoughts and tendencies, and self-evict from your meat suit. I mean, the list just goes on and on.
Yep.
Fatherless homes explain all of the so-called oppression. If you want to talk about a real privilege in this country, it's two-parent privilege. It has nothing to do with the color of your skin.
Yeah, it's called having a father at home.
Yeah. Because you need yin and yang. You need emotion and you need logic. And they need to 69 each other for you to actually be a decent fucking human being, apparently.
Like if you came home from school and you said, "Hey, Dad," and he's like, "What the hell you want?" You're a blessed person. You are. You're a blessed person.
Yeah.
Because, like if you got a father at home, shit can go all kinds of south. Guess who's going to get in their car and fucking come get you?
Yep.
Your dad.
Ugh. Well, I mean, I'm sure when Hunter, did his stints in jail for probably 5 minutes, Joe picked him up. But of course, we're not going to deport illegal immigrants.
No.
Yeah. Unless they're Cuban. Then we'll deport them. Anyone who's anti-communist, you got to deport them.
This is just such bullshit.
It makes me sick. So this lump of vomit could be the name for this entire show. I mean, yeah, we're hiding with Biden, but this makes me sick.
Yeah, I mean, seeing what has happened to our country ever since I graduated high school, it's disturbing.
I needed to do that to loosen the tension.
Okay. I'm sure you did. But I'm serious. It's very disconcerting, and it's only going to get worse.
It's going to get much, much worse. Unless, I mean, he's had how many aneurysms and strokes and stuff, and he's
It's too
obviously
late. He's already in the hot seat.
I mean,
If he burns in, then we got what Cankle
Kamala
Jane.
Harris, yeah.
Cankle Jane are going to run the show.
Cankle Jane.
We don't need that
What?
pickle plug bitch up there.
Pickle plug.
Bitch. What? What?
You know what? I think we need a Kamala Harris T-shirt called Pickle Plug Bitch, and we should design it like the Rick and Morty Pickle Rick thing.
Nasty.
Pickle Plug!
Can't stand that woman.
Well, she's vile. She makes Hillary Clinton look like a viable drinking buddy. I mean, shit.
Yeah.
You got to be a reprehensible sack of excrement to even make me consider such a thing.
That's one. Yeah, she's one hell of a twat knuckle.
Yeah. But isn't that amazing? So when you're Democrat buddies, because we all have some, we all keep them around just to appreciate the sheer insanity. When they bring up the fact that that Orange Man was the racist, just remind them of the fact that all of the crime laws, everything that directly led to a mass incarceration of black and brown citizens in this country for various nonviolent crimes, all of those were directly orchestrated and authored by Joe Biden. Or supported and enforced by his vice president in the most ruthless and illegal ways possible.
Amen.
And then remind them that, hey, apparently these people down here who their only real grievance is, I want more money and free shit, they're allowed in the country. They're allowed to take your jobs away. They're allowed to steal your benefits and take away your taxpayer money. But people who are actually oppressed by a real communist regime that would have them killed if they tried to make it over here and failed, they're not welcome.
They get sent back. Yeah. What a bunch of bullshit.
What a bunch of bullshit.
What's the next one?
Well, I think we should do some super chats, and then we may have to go to new tech for a little while because we're about to get spicy up in here.
How many people we have watching now?
Oh, we are up to 469. I'm sorry. We haven't even broken 500 tonight. Gee, I wonder if that's because we were talking bad about the Biden administration and they decided not to send out notifications, even to the guy who makes the channel.
Probably.
Smurf my
We're
balls.
getting people unsubbed all the time. So.
Of course. Oh, I've been waiting for it. Reaper01 with a $10 donation. Wango Tango Part 10, Chapter 2.
Okay.
I dealt with flashing, kissing, and under-desk pole polishing with the same dean in the back of the class. She eventually blackmailed me for some mouth music. She was 48.
That's a little excessive.
A little bit.
You
Ugh.
got to put your mouth on a 48-year-old taffy puller?
Mm.
I don't know, bro.
Well, I mean, if you really don't like flossing at home,
That's one hell of a beat-up piece of taffy.
ugh, it's terrible.
It's the kind you find stuck to the bottom of like a desk or
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
got hair in it and stuff.
Tony Soprano, $4.99. Kamala's stepdaughter looks like Howard Stern did naughty stuff with Adam Sandler and they had a baby.
Nice.
She's rocking the Jufro, and it's bad.
And the unibrow.
Jufro, unibrow, hairy pits. I mean, shit, man.
Got it all going on.
Ugh.
And at 22, you know, time is not going to be her friend moving
No,
forward.
I mean, she might have been the glory hole attendant at Woodstock back in the day, but now she's just nasty. Now that's just nasty.
Oh, man.
Tony Soprano again. Cubans should try crossing the U.S.-Mexico border instead. Ron DeSantis should let them run free. Scarface 2.0.
Yep.
You fuck with me, you fuck with the best.
I'm trying to remember, was that was in the 80s, late 80s, early 90s when all of those people from Cuba came over to.
Yeah.
A lot of those people went on to do great things.
Yeah, some of them did.
Yeah. There's all kinds of restaurants and bars and businesses that were started up by Cubans down in Florida.
Fueled by cocaine.
Well, I don't care.
I don't care either. It's just funny. Dynaside 13 over on Streamlabs 666 donation. Need some Ben Connery for this. Blake, let the clankdom flow through you. Run for local office and take back power from the leftoids and the commies. Everyone should be armed to the teeth and grow your own food like Varg. Peace out. Amen to that. I am a firm believer in that.
And grow your own food.
Yeah, well, not too long ago, the lamestream media started going into a fucking tailspin panic mode because populists are starting to run for local and state offices and they're gaining ground. Those particular elections have notoriously low turnout, so they have a very good chance of winning them. If you do, that's how you fortify an ice cream social the legal way.
Correct.
And make sure that it's actually done right.
Correct.
I mean, I really hate to think that George Carlin was right when he was asking about, it's like, well, if this is what we have, then where are all the bright young men and women of conscience? Where are the people with the great moral fiber who are going to stand up and, fight for the nation and lead the way? We don't have people like that this country. Everybody's at the mall, scratching his ass, picking his nose, and taking his credit card out of his fanny pack so he can buy a pair of sneakers with lights in them.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so dumb.
Yeah, I can't really fault him for that one, unfortunately. But I am
That
grateful.
was a genius.
He was. I'm grateful that I got to see George Carlin once live before he died. It was a great experience. 2002.
Yep.
Dating myself. Shark dentures. Not sure if this went through. My connection got compromised, so I unplugged mid-send. But here it is again. With the invention of easy international travel, intercontinental communication, and the World Wide Web, there's no need for a UN anymore.
I'm going to say that we didn't actually need a UN back in the day either. They didn't do shit.
And the fact that they still exist after offering a spot on the Human Rights Council to Saudi Arabia and China, that really tells you all they need to know. Defund them, get rid of them, fuck them, they're useless.
Well, yeah, and we fund a majority of what they do anyway, so why do we even need them?
Well, that's what happens every time. Even though we're the ones that are $30 trillion in debt, somehow we're the ones who wind up paying for everything using other people's money. How does that even work?
I don't even know. That's so many pay grades above me, I can't even track it.
As a small business owner, if I ran my business the way our government runs it,
You'd be in jail.
I'd be in jail or out of business.
You'd be both.
Or both, exactly. Because
You'd run out of
I'm
business,
not big enough.
and then people would come after you for the money and find out you're doing crazy stuff.
Yep.
And then you'd go to jail.
In the butt. Dynaside 13 again. UN comes in to back up a woke military to weed out extremists who like freedom. Everyone else is split up via vax status. Child sniffer in chief is calling 75 million people that they are the biggest threat since the Civil War on TV.
You know what? Listen, when you drive a wedge down the middle of a country, it's going to be a problem.
It's going to be a big problem. But it just seems like that's what they want to do. And for some reason, with a core minority of friggin' jagoffs, it's working.
For now.
For now.
Like I said, there's not enough pressure to make the people in the middle move. Once there's enough pressure to make those people start moving, it's gonna be on.
Yeah, you can only make us ignore the truth. Well, we're not even really ignoring it. There's like three types of people. There's people who actually believe the bullshit. There's people who don't believe the bullshit, but they're afraid to speak up because the ones who do believe it are vociferous, disgusting, vile, violent pieces of shit. And then there's guys like you and me who will actually talk.
Yep. It's unfortunate, but very few people talk.
Yeah. But with that being said, I think we can probably go over to new tech now.
All right.
Because we got a lot of stuff to talk about and not a lot of time to do it in.
I got to pee.
So that means that Popp is going to go pee. And we are going to adjourn to new tech now, ladies and germs. So make sure you click on those links in the description. Go over to DLive, Twitch, MGTOW.tv, Odyssey. Nice. We will be back shortly after the deep fake.
All right.